It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Weebeam TV.
Well, hello everybody. Hey. Welcome to Nerd Talk.
Hi.
I know
we're all here.
Friday. I know we're all. Is that amazing?
It's nuts.
We have to get a fill-in guest, or
right?
Oh my God! And we've got guests. Like we got Paul back there. He's at the Jim Beam already. And you know
done.
what? When you bring one bad influence in, well, look over there.
Yeah.
Freaking Oliver. He's like, I got my crown, baby. Oh,
that's how you get your dice bags, is the Crown Royal.
Yeah.
That's how you get dice bags, is Crown Royal. So that's what that was all about. They don't make those anymore. I'm so sad.
No, Crown Royal does not make those anymore.
I know.
They don't?
So sad. No.
They don't do the why?
They don't do the bags anymore.
Just wasn't
COVID.
worth it.
I guess. But
everything gets blamed on COVID.
Right.
It's like
they actually stopped that like a couple years ago. So
yeah,
that's funny.
Well, you know, it's but what's misleading is, you ever see the commercial where the little kid goes to or not the little kid, but I mean the son goes to the liquor store, gets himself the bag of Crown Royal, and he's carrying the bag down the street. And he's helping with the tomato plant, and he's helping with this, and he says hi everybody on the stoop, goes up, knocks on the door, Mama comes in, and then him and Mom are slugging one down. What a mom.
Yeah.
My mother would never do that in a million years. She would not say, hey, let's have a shot of Crown. Hey, yeah, no. I walked in with a bag of Crown Royal, she'd hit me with it.
No, if we walked in with Bailey's, my mom would have been okay with that.
Well,
so,
yeah, that's coffee. That's Irish coffee.
Exactly. That's exactly right? What that is.
So anyway, so how's everybody's week? I know Bree's been gone for a while, but you've been super busy with the art side.
Yeah,
right?
Super busy with that, and then sick, but not COVID sick. No, a sinus infection and an ear infection.
Oh, that's a vid.
Ooh.
Yeah, good thing you didn't die. You've been died of COVID.
Right.
She died of COVID. She only had an ear infection, but she died of COVID.
Right.
That's what it was. So, Mark, you went on a trip.
We were crazy gone for 2.5 weeks, almost a week and a half, and then it was actually a week extra because it was all the notes taking and all that was compiling it all. Yeah, we were. It was for Erie, Appalachia, but also looking ahead to Erie travels. So we went to West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio. We drove everywhere. Went to what was the canceled Mothman Festival, but we still went to the Mothman Museum.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We went to the Flatwoods Not a Monster Movie Fest because they were unable to do the official fest, but they still had the movies, they still had all the vendors. It was called Not a Monster Movie Fest.
Monster Fest. Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. The sign is like the Flatwoods monster holding his hands out, going 6 feet, wearing a mask. That was hysterical. We went to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. We went to a bunch of places. Yep. Scheduling and talking about when we could come up and film again and all that. So, yeah, man, some of that places are breathtaking and spooky as heck.
Well, I mean, yeah, anytime you go into Kentucky, it's spooky and scary in so many different ways. I'm just saying.
And I introduced the ladies to pepperoni rolls in West Virginia.
You did.
So
did you have those in the restaurant, or did you get the ones that you find at the gas station?
We got the gas station ones, baby.
Those are the best.
That's the best one.
I'm just telling you,
they're the best. So we went in, and for those who don't know what a pepperoni roll is, we're going to go on a little divergent here for a minute.
That's
little
fun.
Rabbit trail. So the pepperoni rolls are a West Virginia mainstay, right? They are. You find them in gas stations. You find them in a lot of places. They're baked bread with cheese and pepperoni slices stuck in them. And the coal miners use them because they're good cold, they're good hot, and you bite through the bread, just cuts the cold dirt off your teeth, and then you get that bite of flavor. Now, they're illegal in most other states because there's some weird law about baking meat in bread that you can't do it. Now that's why everywhere else sells
calzone.
Well, like everywhere else, you can get prepackaged. That's the key.
Prepackaged.
Because you can get like a breakfast sandwich at Wawa and all that. Same thing, just not in the bread. It's baked separately and then put together. So that's the only difference. And
Mama Tech makes them, but she uses crescent rolls.
Oh, yeah.
So, she lays it out, she'll do a stack and then stack and a stack, and it'll roll it up there. Between all the kids in the house,
they don't last.
I don't ever get one.
Yeah,
because they're just like
shoo. One of the guys at work was like begging me because he's a West Virginia boy. He's like, I hear you're going to West Virginia. Bring me a case of them. Bring me anything. I'll buy them. He's like, I bleed blue and gold and I need them fixed. And I'm like, and he's like, and you can't order them, because you can't ship them out of state. So I'm like,
So crazy.
so it's so weird, right? So you go up there and you're asking all these people about it, and they're all like, oh yeah, at the gas station. When we were at the Flatwoods Festival, one guy is there, opens a case of them, like right in front of us. And I'm like, where'd you get it? He's like, I work at the factory. I make these. And we're like, yeah. And so he was our hookup. So we got a bunch and we froze them because they're only good for like a couple days unless you freeze them. And
That's
so we
right.
froze them, and they have been since delivered to my friend. And then the thing was, Elizabeth and Carrie got into them. Didn't know what the heck these things were. I can't eat them because they got garlic and onions in them like crazy.
Yep.
I can't eat them. So, but they each had one. And they were like, all right, he's not getting the whole case. And I think by the time we got home, I think there was maybe 6.
Yeah. We so growing up as a kid, my dad was Army, so we kind of moved all over the place, and we would go to see our family up in North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, the whole area, because we were all Southern. I never lived out of the North until I turned 18 years old, and then I went to Connecticut. Then I grew up. But yeah, we would go up there and we would get them and then come home, and you couldn't get them at home. We're like, why can't we get these down here? And Mom says, I'll make some for you, because my mother grew up in Missouri, so they had them there too.
Yeah.
So she would make them, and people were like, what are you eating? And I'm like, oh, this is the best thing in the whole wide world. Yeah. What we didn't know is we were eating a version of a calzone or a stromboli or something like that. But it was the southern version of
it's just that without the sauce.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
No sauce in there, because the pepperoni, if you get the right pepperoni, that got that really red, blue, orange, it just bleeds. That's so good. Oh my! And then if you get the right cheese,
exactly,
it makes it even better. It's like it absorbs. You're like, this is a
mozzarella, or I did. There was pepper jack ones and all this. I'm like, I wish I could eat all of these, because I used to eat them all the time as a kid, and I'd get sick, and I didn't know I was allergic to them.
Right.
So but I was just always associated it. Okay, I get sick.
My mother used to make it out of biscuit dough.
Oh yeah, see, that's the way my dad made
it. See, my mother made drop biscuits. I don't know if you're going to call drop biscuits are. Okay, well, and so we didn't know, we wouldn't know cracked no can. It was like she made it, and she rolled it out, and then she would make them, and so good.
Yeah.
so stinking good.
It was great. And that's just it. You get up there, you eat all these great foods. The Flatwoods town has
any
this.
Rocky Mountain oysters?
Did not. But I did go in Flatwoods. We went to a place called The Spot. And that's where the sighting occurred of the Flatwoods Monster. And it's a little snack shack thing.
Yep.
And they had these things called saucer sandwiches. So my wife was like, I'll get one of those. They're like $6. She wondered what it was, and she was like, does that get a side with it? And they're like, honey, these things are huge. You don't need a side with it. And it was basically a pizza sandwich with 2 giant pizzas put together with all this random stuff inside. She got the ham and cheese one, and I was like, oh my God, I got the Monster Burger, and it was huge. And so it's like, it was great stuff. So it's all those little places like that make
those are the best places.
Oh yeah,
always are. And the problem is a lot of people, once the highways went in, those poor people, it killed them. But used to, man, you drive up back through. That's how you got up north.
Yeah.
There's all these little back roads, and then if you saw something with a lot of cars, you stopped. Unless it was a Klan meeting. You kept going. Well, unless you just wanted the food, because the Klan meeting food's pretty damn good. But you don't want to be there for the burning. You just like, thanks for the food. I gotta go.
Bye.
But
it's the same with the biker bars. It's if you go to the right ones at the right time of day, it is the best food you'll ever eat.
Yep, you'll never. It's just, but that's the whole part of it.
So road trips, fun.
Road trips are awesome. Mike, what did you do this week?
Played a video game all week till 2 in the morning.
You talked about this yesterday on the show?
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I think you need a life.
Is this the one that got us in trouble? You guys got hit for copyright.
Yes.
Did we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did.
I don't know if it was for that or the other video.
It could have been the Goon one,
the
but
Goon.
the Goon one.
Yeah.
The 9-minute Goon video.
Yeah. We kind of let that play a little long. It was so good.
I know. We got plenty of time. What is the Goon?
The Goon is probably one of the coolest comics you've never read. If you don't know what it is, you need to read it.
Okay.
He's basically a mob enforcer who just likes to.
Okay, it's exactly what I think.
But he likes to drink and he likes to party. But he also fights zombies and monsters because the town is infested with a zombie plague. And the town is cursed.
Okay.
And he basically has to fight giant gorillas, aliens, monsters every episode. And he's got this mouthy little partner named Frankie, and they're adorable. It's a great team. He just likes to drink and punch things. But they tried to do an animated version of it, and that was Tim Miller, who did Deadpool, the Deadpool movies. He's the guy who was behind it. So yeah, there he is. There's the Goon and Frankie. So we did a whole special yesterday on talking about them and why they're so awesome.
Who's Hook Guy?
Well, that's just one of his friends. That's the guy who runs the fish cannery.
So I was right. So I only knew of 2 goons that were in of our world. One was I've heard of this, but I didn't know who he was. Right.
Yep.
And the other is from the movie.
The hockey movie?
Huh?
The hockey movie, The Goon?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
No. The anime with where they're now. This sucks. I had it. I'm
it's gone.
blah 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 blah. It's when the Earth got messed up and everybody went out to the stars, and then the one kid, his dad died, but he left him in the ring, and he had to go through the ice shields and puts the ring on the thing, and it turns it in and makes a planet.
You're on me. Don't know that
Matt
one.
Damon was in it.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
What?
Matt Damon.
What is that?
It was a cartoon or anime, whatever you want to call
Okay.
it. It was
Is that Titan AE?
Titan AE.
Titan AE. Titan AE.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
So-
Vin Diesel doing the voice of the robot there.
Yeah.
Okay, but no. So the Goon in there was the thing that had the backwards legs.
Legs
you know,
and- yeah,
the
that
one
was-
that ultimately screwed everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that happened with this was there was a movie, 2005. They were just starting to get some traction with this animated thing. And they were still trying to pitch an R-rated superhero movie. That didn't happen except for Blade. And then, Deadpool was still on the horizon. And especially an animated R-rated superhero movie.
Yeah.
Sausage Party hadn't come out yet. All that to show that you could do this. Anyway, then suddenly somebody comes out with a movie called The Goon. And it's originally The Hockey Goon. They shortened it to The Goon. And
They just jacked up.
and it screwed up everything because now they're like, now we'd have a title fight, IMDb credits, all that stuff would be up in the air. So it's
And speaking of, what a good segue into our first thing we're going to talk about.
what is that?
IMBD, blah blah blah. This ASCAP, blah blah blah. Now Facebook is clarifying what October updates mean for artists on the platform. So in other words, if you're live streaming, you cannot, if it's not your music, you cannot stream that music.
Right.
So DJs can no longer mix pop doobity doo bop bop bop, right? You can't play. If you're at a concert and you put that phone up and you're now streaming copyrighted, they're going to shut you down.
But
Really?
if it's the band that's filming it and doing a live video themselves, they can do that and you're fine.
Only if they're paying their ASCAP and BMI fees.
Yep. Yeah, because if they do it, it'll get.
we read into it. We were going to do a whole thing on tech shamans, but we decided to just let it go because we just don't want to get in a Facebook fight. When you really dig in there, their algorithms has all the ASCAP, BMI. Oh, there's 2 other ones I'm forgetting. They have all of that. That algorithm knows. And it knows who pays, which is that's what's scary.
That's
super
100%.
nuts. So like even if we were sharing something and we put music to it in the background,
Yep.
we can't
If
do
it's
it.
not our
If you
music.
make a parked video, you may get by.
Yep.
If you're streaming live, you cannot.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
say
so-
you're in your Jeep.
So like if
And
you pre-record something and then share it, it's different.
you may
than,
have a better chance. But just say you're in your pretty Jeep and you're right down, you're in your bikini top and you got some kind of thing in there and you're just singing along and this is my greatest song, blah, 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 because you're streaming live and that music's coming through.
Yeah.
You can get
No shit.
shut you down.
That is super crazy.
Yeah, right.
That's like really.
It's Well,
And it
controlling.
sucks now because, like, during COVID, the Castle, the club in Ybor, since they can't open, they've been live streaming every week for the DJs, so
Right.
everybody can listen to their music, dance at home. Not no more. They have
Yeah,
to
see,
go
and
through a
that's what I was
different
just thinking
platform.
is all these
events,
all these
live
virtual events that are doing
gonna get
stuff are
hammered.
going to be
Yep.
screwed.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Everybody's going to switch to Zoom and YouTube. You
So
know, but even
what-
YouTube.
Or they call Tampa Bay
They-
Multimedia.
Media,
Right.
yeah.
BB&T streams it to our website for them, or we could park onto their website and they can do whatever they want.
What if the band is playing and like some of an event that they're playing at shares it? Like a concert venue.
Okay, so here's how it primarily works. I mean, Rob, I wish Rob was out here on the, he knows. If an event, if a venue, like say outdoor, the barbecue fest, says we got these bands. If the barbecue fest puts the liability onto the bands to have their own ASCAP BMI taken care of, then the venue itself can still get shut down. I mean, their fee can
Their
get
video.
terminated.
Okay.
If the band is streaming it and the band's got the rights, then it'll be okay.
So like a virtual concert, like a Live Nation concert, because they're talking about doing Live Nation
Live
virtual.
Nation, they pay all the ASCAP and BMI fees.
Yeah.
So they cover that.
Yeah,
so
they
that it
have,
doesn't.
they
Okay.
have an
This is-
event. They have an event policy for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
is
that's
really
what
just going to kill
The
the
local- Like
struggling
private
little
stuff.
guy
Yeah.
who's playing at a
Exactly.
at Scrumpy's on Fridays.
all the
for-
people that are the reason that these big companies are big companies.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
When it's like Rob said in my ear, the local guys trying to get traction, they will
Yeah,
not get
this
traction.
is
That
this is
sucks.
this is back my this is going to kill them just like MySpace.
Yep. It's sad.
Yeah, it's
Because I
terrifying.
mean, I have a friend Yehudi, DJ Yahoo, and when he's on, because I get my things. When he's on now, he does a lot of Cubano and that whole Mexican and Puerto Rican and the whole realm, and I love listening to that. Because it's not music that I would normally listen, but he mixes it so I don't care about what they're saying. It's the fact that he's getting the Latin beat and the whole nine. It's really cool, but it hurt him too because again, I mean, this is worldwide.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yep.
Yep.
That's so crazy. How are they even able to do that? Like, how is that? I
They're-
know that
they're
that benefits
AI.
the big
Yeah.
artists probably
Right.
because they're
Yeah.
getting paid that way. Their copyright crap.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, damn.
Now, so here's the thing. Say I'm a DJ. Say I'm the Castle. And I'm playing away. If I go get the license, my BMI ASCAP license for streaming,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Because what happens is you get shut down and then you fire back going, you go, I dispute this. This is my ASCAP. This is my BMI.
Right.
I am allowed to play this certain music. And then they will release and you'll be fine.
Yep.
If you get shut down twice for it, then you get a 30-day ban
Yep.
From streaming
from
live
streaming live.
Wow.
And boosting. And,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I think it's 2 days of can't like
Can't,
anything.
yeah, you can't like or join any pages.
I put something up bad. So, stay tuned next, John Gaston. Yep, I got a 14-hour ban and can't stream for 30 days. And I'm the admin on everybody's page. So I had to get a new admin our shows could stream.
Oh my god.
It sucked.
I had that happen. We were they were doing my daughter does a thing for college, and they were trying to find old cartoon shows that nobody remembers, and I pulled up Ugly Americans from Comedy Central back in the day.
Right.
And because I just typed in the 2 words Ugly Americans, I got banned from Facebook for 14 days because I went against the content guidelines of
Because
Facebook.
you
Yeah.
searched it?
No, because I put the name Ugly Americans as a comment under cartoons that people should watch.
Oh.
Now, you could have
Oh
disputed
my
that.
god.
I did dispute that, and the next day it came back. Since you disputed this, we found the content still offensive, so we are.
Yeah.
So that locked all the accounts so we couldn't do Erie, Florida, Erie Travels,
That's
anything.
why you got to have a secondary admin.
That's exactly what that's we
Wow.
do. So,
Yes.
but it was just that was
So,
I had a
nightmare.
24-hour ban for saying pedophiles should be killed.
Well, yeah.
I got banned for that.
Well, yeah, because they should be punished, not killed.
Killed.
Yeah, you can't say stuff
Because
like
Yeah,
the
you
that.
minute
guys,
you said killed,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're done.
that's
But
too.
I've
That's
seen
But,
other
yeah.
people say killing it and not get banned.
Yeah, but no, ugly
Depending who
Americans is
reports
apparently
it.
a derogatory term. So I didn't know that. So now I
I'm
say,
not ugly. I'm just unique.
I just say now the cartoon show that shall not be named.
so crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so here's the thing that and yeah, this is why we're Nerd Talk, because we talk about this nerdy stuff. I've had several of my shows that go, oh well, we're getting censored. I'm like, because we put posts up and they get taken down. I said, well, first of all, Facebook will not take a post down. They will ban you, or they will shut you down, or they'll put thing over it. This is derogatory, blah blah blah.
Right.
I said, but what we all have to understand and we have to accept, Facebook is that's their platform.
Yep.
If we're going to play on their platform, we have to play by their rules. There's no such thing as freedom of speech
No, not on
on a
Facebook.
closed platform.
So here's
That's
a question
true.
I
That's
have.
fair.
Huh?
So there's other shows we do Wednesday nights, and they have a live person playing music. Is that going to affect something like
It
that?
is.
What?
I know I have two other shows that they heard the music in the background, and they
You got shut down?
Even if
They
it's
they got a warning.
Okay.
Because they understood that they were, and so immediately the owner of that Facebook page that we streamed to fired back, going, "We're in an open air venue. We had no idea. We're doing our best, but this is what our show is, and we can't deal with that." And that's why I use normally on those shows I would use head mics like we're wearing now, but over there I've used an SB7s so I can squish the audio.
have to
so
now.
Well, I'm
they,
saying for like the one I help you with at times, they usually have that person playing a guitar at the end, singing a song or
most of those
something.
people are singing their own stuff, but that will change that. You're right. It will. Yeah.
All it takes is one guy to sing Margaritaville and you're done.
Right? Yeah, even
'Cause
bars
Yep.
that stream their
Yep.
live bands and stuff.
Yep.
That's
No
crazy.
more. No more.
Yep.
Not unless they're paying their ass cap.
Yeah, which is not insignificant.
Right.
So that's the problem. It's like the little
Right.
mom and pop, you can't pay that.
And there's
not worth it.
because there's a difference between if the band shows up and plays, they're probably not going to get busted for playing somebody else because they're not paying. But like let's take churches for instance, and they're
Yeah.
probably the best example I can use. A church has to write down every song they sing,
Yep.
every service they sing, and at the end of the year they have to submit that list.
Oh, really?
That has to happen. If they go to streaming, now they have to buy a secondary ASCAP or secondary BMI license to be able to stream to the public. And when they submit that, they have to submit the songs that were sung strictly in church and the songs that were strictly that were
virtual.
Because sometimes they'll do a Sunday or a Wednesday night service. They'll sing songs, but they didn't stream the Wednesday night service. So it has to be disseminated of what was in church and what was streamed.
Wow.
So yeah, and now churches they get a nonprofit cost. I mean,
But that's
Right.
still, and that's been going on for
Years.
centuries.
yeah,
because
well,
God,
the
I-
streaming
because-
has it.
no,
Streaming
stream, but I
does it.
streamed for a little bit. But I'm saying that listing of every song because we went. All right, so I'm going to go back. Late '80s, went to the Vatican on a special tour with a school group, and we went to the secret archives of the Vatican. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is the Necronomicon. This is going to be the Malleus Maleficarum. We're going to see all this stuff, and they take you down, into this, and it's just miles of tunnels.
Yeah.
And bookshelf after bookshelf after bookshelf, and I'm like, nerd in me is like, oh my god, this is and it's all air conditioned, it's all taken care of with super lighting, and I'm like, this is amazing. This is probably the greatest records of all time. So what is this? And I pointed to this one right next to me, and I asked the guide, I'm like, what is this particular one? And he pulls up this little slot, and he pulls it down. He says, this is the bingo records from New York Diocese 365 from 1936 to 1938 June. I'm like, what? This is every single bingo number that was called.
Yep.
They had to take
What?
track of it in case somebody ever comes back and says, hey, Mary Sue said she got bingo and I actually had it. That's how crazy the records keeping is with the Catholic Church. So,
What?
so the fact that they didn't know certain things happened, they knew.
Did you get to see the glass faults like that was in with the Tom Hanks movie? Whatever it was.
Da Vinci Code?
The Da Vinci Code.
Did you get to see those?
I didn't get to see that happen, but that's what was this. They were telling us that this stuff's triple protected. We had to go through 10 security ports. I had to get classified clearance to go into this thing. So
It's
That
so
is amazing.
cool. That's awesome.
That was nuts. But, and I was so upset that I didn't find anything. There were no
Nothing cool,
zombies
right?
or anything cool.
Right.
Nothing to resurrect the dead. Bingo records.
It's going to be interesting
And you
how
know
that...
you know they got it.
The important
Oh,
stuff's
yeah.
all the way in the back where nobody
Well,
wants
where they wouldn't let us go.
Yeah.
The forbidden archives. Yeah, exactly. So,
You know, what's the name of that movie where they traded faces?
Face Off?
Face Off? Yeah.
Yeah, you know they have a face-off machine.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do.
go
They're
ahead.
just hiding it from them. They won't tell. There was
The
a movie-
reptilians.
There was I can't
The
remember.
reptilians that run it, they wouldn't let us in. So they know. They know.
I know there's a. Oh, that was in. Oh God, Spy, with. She started off in Kathy and Mike, or Mike and.
Oh, she was also in
Melissa
Ghostbusters.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
You know, remember
Oh,
he was
okay,
the
yeah, she was the spy,
And what's his name? Speed guy. He drives and he fights and he. Oh Jesus, Hobbs.
Yeah.
With that guy. Yeah. Anyway,
Idris-
so yeah, he was in there. I know
Jason
there's a
Statham?
face-off machine. You're just
Yeah,
not telling me.
Statham.
You're not telling me. Yeah, Statham.
Yeah.
You're just not telling me. You're just keeping it from me. I'm like, oh my God, that's.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, I'm sitting there going, Bingo records? I'm like, so what's that one? And he's like, and he pulls up his little chart, and it was just like, phone records for this one church, that every phone call they made for 20 years.
That's
It's like,
absolutely crazy. That
yeah.
blows my mind that
Yeah, yeah.
anybody would even keep those records.
Why would you keep those? Why would you keep that? But it's there in case they need it.
So nuts.
So-
yeah, but they don't know anything that's going on.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That was-
right.
We lost that
Yeah.
paperwork. We lost that paperwork.
Yeah. Oh, that we don't have that one.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
We didn't keep
exactly.
track
That's
of
a whole
that.
shelf that's just missing. It.
Yeah, just
Like
it's
it was
blocked
supposed
off.
to be right here. So, did you hear that Tatiana Maslany is going to
Yeah.
be Marvel's She-Hulk?
Yeah.
I loved her in
Yeah,
Orphan Black.
Yeah.
Loved her.
I was mildly disappointed because they said they were looking for an Allison Brie type, and I am an Allison Brie nut since Community Days and now Glow. Oh my God, she's the reason to watch Glow, and she's naked in it a lot, so that was cool for me.
What was this?
Glow,
Glow
you need to
on
watch on
Netflix.
Netflix.
The female wrestler show.
Yeah. Just trust me, it's nothing to do
Right.
with female wrestling. It's actually how they put this show together
Yeah.
and all this. But
Oh, okay.
it's but Allison Brie, Annie from Community. But anyway, she was like, they kept saying we're looking for an Allison Brie type, so she was like, I'm right here, and I'd be willing to talk to you guys because she busts ass and Glow, so she would have been fine. But then this is perfect casting, so
Yeah.
hard to break. I'm hoping Allison Brie gets something for this from Marvel. I hope they're saving her for something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just don't. Why She-Hulk?
Because it's an awesome comic.
Oh no, I love the comic.
Yeah, the comic
It's
is
drawn really well.
well. The Greg Horn covers. The Greg Horn covers are drawn really well. The comic there's several different versions. Stan originally made it. You know why Stan made She-Hulk, right? We're gonna go down nerd.
Because he's a horny old dude.
No.
Yeah, no. Be honest. He's a horny
that's
old. He was a
not
horny
at
old
all why he made it. The reason they made Spider-Woman, the reason they made She-Hulk, all about the same time. The reason they made Luke Cage about the same time. A was because hey, they wanted to sell more comics to black guys.
Right.
B, they wanted to sell more comics to women. The real reason, though, that was what they said. The real reason, though, was Incredible Hulk was on TV, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So was the show called The Bionic Man. Do you remember The Bionic Man?
I love the Bionic Woman.
Okay. Well, that's just it. Bionic Man did a spin-off called Bionic Woman. Bionic Woman was made by the TV network. They didn't have to pay a single dime to the original creators because it was made by the TV. It was made as a spin-off. Marvel freaked out that they could suddenly make a She-Hulk or a She-Spider or something like that. And they were like, a Bionic Girl, oh my God. And they don't have to pay Marvel any money. We need that Marvel money. So they immediately made She-Hulk, Spider-Woman.
just to cover their ass.
Just to cover, that was the same reason Batgirl was made for Batman.
That's
basically the
so
same thing,
funny.
so.
I figured it was just Stanley's a horny old.
No,
dude.
but then
See,
the comic.
here's if you want women to buy comic books,
Yeah.
you gotta give the superhero dudes some junk in the trunk.
Some junk in the trunk. Yeah.
For real, with the tits that they put on these female ones.
Right? I can
Yeah.
say-
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They
Umbrella.
drew them well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
did.
yep.
I don't know how
Very
they can
well.
fight with those things. I'm just
Right?
saying. They might hit you before they hit you with a hand. It's like, bam, bam. Oh, yeah, double hit.
So She-Hulk, she gets 3 comic book series over the years, different ones. One was very serious, basically
Right.
Savage She-Hulk, and then later on, they start focusing on her day career as a lawyer, because she's Bruce Banner's cousin. Got the powers from a blood transfusion.
cool.
Blood transfusion, right?
But so she's not as powerful as the Hulk and all that. But what's cool is as
Why? Because she's a girl.
exactly. But then she starts learning. She's smarter. She's not as dumb as Bruce. So she gets. She works as this law office, and then what happened is Dan Slott, I guess around the mid '90s, comes up with this idea where it's the superheroes. She's the superhero's attorney, because Daredevil doesn't do it. Why
Yeah.
isn't she? So she starts solving all these superhero crimes using law. And they get ghosts to testify in murders and all this other crazy stuff.
Okay, so
And she works for a superhero law firm, and it's just hysterical. So it's Ally McBeal meets superheroes.
So
I'm all
you,
for it.
You two will know this because you are the comic book 101 guys.
Yeah.
Right? So, how far in do you get from when the Hulk to where he is no longer the rage machine? He is actually controlled. He's
Smart
the
Hulk.
smart
Professor Hulk.
Yeah, he gets to be smarter, not raging Hulk.
Yeah, that was Peter David introduced that, the
Okay.
writer in I think it was Hulk 117.
See.
And that's brilliance. It's just
Right.
like, it's like right about the same time they introduced Wolverine, the Hulk Renaissance happens. Peter David comes on and he just starts. He's like, I don't want to write stupid Hulk. I want to write smart Hulk.
Right.
And so he tones him down his strength, and because he's getting smarter, so he's not raging as much. Rage is where he gets his strength. So, but he also starts learning that he's proportionately strong. So the stronger he is as Bruce, the stronger he is as the Hulk.
Okay.
So he
That's
does
cool.
turn back to Bruce occasionally to work out and do things like that.
Right.
But anyway, it's pretty cool. Doc Samson is introduced about that time as this guy who's got green hair and he's super pexed and all this, and he's his therapist, the Hulk's therapist. And so he's the reason he's able to balance it and everything like
Okay,
that.
so
in
is
the comics.
She-Hulk immediately
She's
smart Hulk?
She
She-Hulk?
starts it later. She started as Savage She-Hulk.
Okay.
And she started like Hulk. She started gray, and then she starts when she turns green. That's when she starts getting smarter.
Yeah, so he has an image for you.
Yeah, there she is. There's Greg Horn.
Damn.
Greg Horn art, baby.
It's like I said, man. It's drawn well.
Yep.
It's like Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
bad.
yeah, same thing.
Someone
Drawn
posted
out.
earlier on Facebook in my group page, if you could date any cartoon or anime character, who would it be? And I put Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, she's
Oh, yeah.
she's devoted.
She's not
and-
bad. She's just drawn that way.
And the photo I
just
put
drawn
is
that
the
way.
one that
That's
said that comment too.
Literally in the line of I'm not bad. I'm just drawn
like
that way.
that.
My early
what she
voiceover work was Roger Rabbit impersonation, so I can't argue that one either. So I'd go with the Baroness myself, but
Oh, we
from
had
G.I.
tons
Joe,
of people
but-
talking to us.
That's
Sorry,
great.
guys. I've not been paying attention to the
I
chat.
haven't either. I don't have
No,
my
that's
laptop
what we
on
do.
today.
So,
Oh, Jesus.
oh man, yeah, a lot of She-Hulk comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, Byrne was the one who sexualized She-Hulk. Yeah, I give you that. So
Who is S. Michael? Or is it? Yeah. Anyway, boy, S. Michael's all over the place.
Mr. Fix-It, yeah, that was good stuff. That was when Hulk turned gray and became like a mob enforcer
Okay.
type too. So
So hey, guess what? Guess what Nerd Talk got to do this week?
what did we get to do?
We get to start doing. Oh shoot.
What do we do? What do we do?
We get to start doing private events where we can actually charge to do closed events for people who can come in and pay. And so we can start bringing on our own, because I mean, between you and a couple other and me, we know some people that we could come in here and do our own, like GalaxyCon.
Oh, okay. So like
okay.
a stream
Pay-per-view.
con. Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
Which is
cool.
kind of neat. You have to get so many people, so much, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
We Beam TV got in trouble because we don't play. I don't, because I run commercials, heavy commercials.
Yeah, yeah.
So We Beam TV right now can't do anything.
Oh wow.
We can stream live. I mean,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of my other admin, but we can't monetize at all.
Oh, okay.
Because we're not following the rules.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, whatever, I don't care. So let's move on to our next one. That was a good. Who put that in there?
I did. So right before we got the second DC fandom event,
Right.
2 days I think before it, DC said, "Guess what? Our streaming service, it's going bye-bye."
Yeah, that's
Which
the
we
next
saw
one.
that coming because they've been mentioning they've been moving everything to HBO.
The
Max.
HBO Max, which owns
Yeah.
Warner Brothers owns HBO and DC, so
Right.
it makes sense why you have this.
Well,
extra
it's not
service.
just on HBO Max, by the way. It's on HBO as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Max is what you get to watch on your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Right.
But I
But,
watched
yeah, them-
I watched HBO the other day, and I'm like, oh, well, that's supposed to be on HBO Max. And then I went and looked, and I'm like, no, the thing is, it's they say Max because they want you to use the app.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
else is flying.
But yeah, everything's going to HBO now, and
Yeah, well, I was just happy they announced the season 3 of Harley Quinn, which is the
Yeah.
best show on television. So,
Dude,
yeah,
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Jeff,
That is some
you were
weird
like-
ass shit.
You were like, I ain't gonna watch that. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
you're gonna love
That
it.
was-
I finally got to the little Korean girl
Oh yeah.
with the things. I'm like, dude,
Because
man,
that's the most recent episode.
now,
Yeah.
is that Cthulhu?
It's inspired by. So
Okay.
it's-
That was
That was some
Mythos.
creepy ass shit.
That's Cthulhu Mythos. It's
I'm like,
the,
see,
the
I like
original
that.
book was a bunch of short stories, and they just tied into this one family. And I love that they've turned it into the show the way they have.
Because the Korean girl wasn't in the book.
No, not at all.
Because that started happening. We started watching it the other day, and I was like,
What? What? Yeah,
That's it.
they've added enough new stuff for us. who haven't-
yeah, it's
who haven't-
actually really cool. I like how they've made a lot of it. I'm
Yeah.
very, very impressed with this show so
Loving
far.
it, loving it.
It was. I'm like, so Mama Tech. It's like we're coming in, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
and the mother. I can't understand why the mother was forcing her to bring dudes home. I'm like, what a
Right?
shitty mom.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, you're trying to get your daughter laid all the time.
Time,
I
yeah.
figure maybe she's trying to marry her off.
Yeah,
or
that's what
something.
I thought,
yeah,
too.
Nope.
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 When them tentacles came out of her eyes, and her, I'm like, and then I'm like, what in
Yeah.
the hell?
Every 7 tails.
Yeah.
So that's
That
1,
was-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No.
Yeah.
1, 2,
Two.
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Oh, no, 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. not
Every
fair.
orifice, right?
Yeah.
Including.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
That's the old.
That was
when,
super
when
crazy.
you have to have surgery and they need to put in stomach tubes.
Oh, no way.
You
No
sit
way,
there and they
man.
go, okay, you got how you count all those holes that you got, and then they got to still make 2 new ones for you for your stomach. So
I'm
yeah,
good. Imagine belly button would come there.
yeah.
But what really, when the eyes happen, I'm like, oh, I'm out.
Oh man.
So my wife
So
is like,
good.
Right?
what are you? Mama's like, what are you watching? I'm like,
Mark, what do you watch it?
crap. This is freaky ass shit.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god.
It's so
What?
good.
And I love the fact that it tied in the main character. when
Yes.
He was in Korea.
Korea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then the elevator. The episode
See,
before.
and that's
See,
not even actually what happened.
in the book,
in
it's
the
completely
book.
different.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it's similar-ish, but it's not.
Yeah, they're doing some really good twists. with
Yeah,
it.
I like it.
Freaking
But
love
you know what I miss right now in the show is her making friends with the ghost.
Right.
I'm
I was
really,
so upset that
really
didn't happen.
bummed. And the
oh no, she shoot
fountain
him
thing
away.
Yeah.
and the naked fountain lady and
Yeah.
stuff, like,
They've cut a lot. So if you've read
well,
the
you
books,
can only put so much.
Exactly,
yeah,
but
but,
they- you know,
that was such a
that was
side
important.
story.
Yeah, and the whole bit though with the friendly ghost, because the ghost comes in handy later. So
Exactly.
it's like
Yeah, and she's playing
one of the
chess
ghosts,
with it.
Didn't one of the ghosts help her out when like
in the
pulled him-
early episode.
pulled
yeah.
him into the elevator,
Yeah.
and, or they all killed him, and then drug him in the elevator, and then the elevator went down. You're like, wow, and I kept bringing my brain. That house has got to smell like shit. I mean, seriously, you got dead bodies
Right?
in the sub basement. How can you
With
not
the death curse.
smell that?
Yeah.
Right? And then they went to they went to Washington D.C. or something like that.
Boston.
Boston. And then next thing you know, they're down in there, and then the water,
The bodies.
and then their bodies floating. I'm going, that was a dude killed in the house.
Yeah.
How did that happen? And next thing you know, they're going upstairs, and then they're in the house. I'm
Well,
like,
See, and that was
that-
different
that
too.
was
That
very
was,
cool, though.
I liked the way they did it in the book, but I'm
Yeah.
not surprised they did it different
was-
because that
it
was
was-
so weird in
Yeah.
the book the way they did
Yeah.
that in the museum.
Yep.
But that, God,
Yeah.
I really, really
It's
like.
so
I love
good.
it.
That
so
show
I'm
It
looking
is.
forward to
awesome.
Between
next
that and
one.
the boys, I'm gold
Okay,
on
so
TV.
the boys. I think I'm completely caught up. I'm waiting for the next episode.
Oh,
to
okay,
drop. I was really upset because we were watching it and I binged, right? Because I
Yeah,
waited.
and then but they're doing weekly.
and I'm
again.
like,
Yeah.
they only did 8. What the hell?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Dylan came up about an hour later and goes, nope, they're dropping them once a week on us. I'm like, ah,
Yeah,
crap.
yeah,
So yeah, it's like Homelander's.
Oh.
This
Oh, that
when he
man.
turns.
Oh, he's
it's gonna
got
be bad.
shit.
Oh,
I was literally.
comics
His
amazing.
milk obsession is skeeving
Oh,
me
yeah.
out.
Yeah, yeah. I was waiting for him, and especially when he did it with the change guy.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't care if the guy can change into that.
Yeah.
I still know that today.
It's a,
Yeah.
I ain't
Like,
going
and
there.
just anatomically, how does that work?
he's a changeling. It's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
it is what
Yeah.
it is.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Well, Archer's back too,
Yeah, Archer's back, and
and he's out of the coma,
Is he?
Yeah.
so it's
So that's
finally
on
not
F-
dumb
Is
anymore.
that FX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's on
started
Amazon. I paid for it on Amazon so I can watch it. It's on
did you?
Hulu also,
Yeah,
but with
Hulu.
commercials.
Hulu, you get it with your.
I got-
with
yeah.
your.
And
yeah,
it's
with your
so much better again because the last couple seasons were just getting
stopped watching
really,
'cause they were
really
dumb.
dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't like the Pirate Island one. The space one was just awful.
I'm excited because we're actually getting a new South Park too. So
That's
October
cool.
5th, yeah, we're getting an hour pandemic special, and I'm excited.
Yeah, that got
No,
it shut down, by the way.
Next Wednesday. It's not October.
October 5th, I thought. So.
No, it's next
Oh, it's next Wednesday,
Wednesday.
so October 2nd.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah, we got hit on a ban on that.
Oh, for putting
But-
the trailer.
Yeah, but we did something that was Disney related,
Yeah.
and Disney released
Yeah.
for us. They're like, yeah, whatever, I
Whatever.
don't care.
'Cause
Because I
probably
always
Mandalorian.
fire back. I
Yeah.
have a very polite message. Hey, I'm sorry that we used your content. We didn't use it in access to try to make money. We do not monetize. I was just trying to really make sure that everybody what that new, cool, awesome programming is coming out, and that's what our nerds want. And when I put that in there, everybody
Oh, yeah.
releases.
Yeah.
But the one with South Park, they're not releasing.
Wow, yeah.
No?
We're going to have to edit that out.
Dang.
That sucks.
Because every time it plays, or something, you're
Just
like,
cuts off.
really?
Really?
Come on. you guys suck.
That's so
Facebook
sad.
didn't hit us.
Yeah.
YouTube hit us.
September
YouTube.
30th.
September 30th, so they
Yes.
did move it up. It was October 5th.
Yeah,
so they moved it up
September
a week.
30th. It's an hour-long episode.
So who put in the Hubble Snaps Chris image of Megastorm on Jupiter?
Well, we skipped one thing I put in for Mark. Actually.
What was that?
Saying goodbye to DC Universe?
No, the
Oh, the
Movie
horror
scene.
cloning.
Oh,
Oh.
I've seen those. The
Okay.
horror coloring books. I've seen those.
Yeah,
before,
we
so
can
skip that.
continue on.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Hubble telescope snaps
Yeah.
a Chris image of Megastorm on Jupiter. I don't know why this is new news. The red eye has always been there.
Yeah, no, this was like the crispest they've ever gotten. This was like
Oh, they're just talking about the clean
Yeah,
image.
the cleanest image, highest resolution.
Well, they
never.
must have stopped driving cars on
Yeah,
Jupiter.
yeah, on
and,
Jupiter,
you
'cause they-
know,
yeah,
more
yeah.
ozone issue.
Yep, no, it's
Global
yeah,
warming.
Global
just
warming.
saying.
Yep, we've been talking about that. I've been talking about that for years. That the Jupiter's hotter than ever, Mars is hotter than ever, Mercury's hotter than ever. What do these things have in common?
We're in a solar pattern. How
Some
about
sort
that?
of thing in our solar system. That this thing could be affecting the climate. I can't imagine.
I mean, we're being pulled tighter, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
I'm just
know.
excited what
I'm
we got.
just
We got a
saying.
new mini moon pulled into orbit.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And
but now
it's
we think
space
it's
junk or something?
yeah, we think it's a rocket. We think it's one of our rockets that's sent to the to Venus.
That's so
and now
funny.
Russia's claiming Venus. I mean, we've got so much space news, but nobody cares because virus.
Right,
yeah.
and everything
here's
else.
So ISS maneuvers to avoid space debris
Yep.
and what's becoming the new normal.
Yeah, they've had to do
Yeah.
it 3 or 4 times in the last
That's
year.
because freaking Elon Musk keeps throwing those stupid ass.
This isn't his
I-
stuff.
I
That's the
know.
problem.
But
That's the thing.
it's all of them.
old. This was a Chinese thing, a Chinese rocket that had gone out.
So I don't know what the name of it is, but there is a satellite, or they think it's a satellite, that's been up there before the dawn of time.
Yeah,
Pre-recorded history.
yeah.
That's what they're saying. Back in the 20s, they thought it was Russia,
Yeah,
but it's not. Russia's like not ours.
yeah.
So nobody knows what it is. And it's this big black Bethelic, but it moves.
Yep.
And it's got
No
an orbit.
shit.
Oh yeah, and it's
Yep.
got lights.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
it's definitely something unusual.
That's
and no one,
interesting.
they call it the Phantom. They
Yeah.
call it the Phantom satellite.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's,
super cool.
We think it's natural, like some sort of asteroid that's just
It's
made
got
of
light-
weird metallic.
but it's
stuff.
got lights.
It reflects,
Yeah.
and that's what they're saying.
Wow.
It's reflecting light. So
Yeah,
That's super cool.
That's the write-off.
That's kind of cool. Well, like there's bioluminescence. There's got to be
Yeah,
shit like that in
something out
space
there.
too.
Could be
Like
out there.
Right.
We don't know what it
exists.
is, and it's just it's
And-
another one of those just far enough out that we would cost us too much money to go investigate, so we don't care.
Right.
But it's
That's
like,
funny.
but yeah, then we got an asteroid coming by us, closest
Mm-hmm.
ever. It'll actually be between some of our satellites.
Oh wow.
Next in a couple weeks.
Wow.
really?
Yeah, it's like a school bus size. So it could do some damage if it hit, but
That's crazy.
I think it's going to be fine.
Maybe it hit New York.
It'll be
or
fine.
Chicago.
It'll be fine.
Cleveland.
We're all good.
If
We're all
it hit
good here.
Cleveland or Chicago or New York, just saying. So the next week we're going to talk about. Oh, Michael will never shut up about this.
Uh-oh.
I'll shut up eventually.
Among Us.
Yes.
Came out
So-
2018. Done. Let's move on.
It's a copy of something else.
No, it came out 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
it came out 2 years
Why
ago.
is it so popular
So
all of a
That's
sudden?
the thing.
It-
So they released it 2 years ago. It has small fandom. It wasn't big. Mainly a main streamer, Soda Poppin', started streaming it on
Sorry,
Twitch.
what?
Streaming it on Twitch.
What was just soda poppin'?
Poppin' is
Sort
his
of
name.
popping is his
Oh,
name.
okay.
Big name on Twitch.
Because he's
you
one
know,
of the big names.
a
it
zoomer.
Picked up real quick, and the company was already ready to write the game off, and they were working on part 2. And they're like, wait, this got picked up too quick now out of the blue. So they actually put a hold on the sequel, and they made new maps and everything for the game.
But this is not nothing. This is a copy of a different game.
It's just
It's-
newly popular. Like that's
It's just
all.
really popular, but it was a take on. It's similar to an old game. The old, it's just the trader mechanic. Somebody is not who they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's done similar to an old. What was it? One of the old. The games that never end. What do they call those? I can't remember the word now.
This is the game
That
that
never. But no, the ones that just keep getting harder and harder and harder until you just can't
Gauntlet?
beat them. No, there's a term for them, and somebody in the chat, please fix my old brain.
side scroller.
Not side scroll. No, they're games that you just keep playing them over and over again, and
D&D.
and they just keep getting harder and harder
D&D.
like that. But there's a term for them for games.
Yeah.
And this was basically a multiplayer version of one of those.
Okay.
So
Yeah, my Cage.
Cage
was-
plays it, Dylan plays it.
Well, there was another game that they said, well, this is just a copy of this game. That's all. I'm like, okay.
yeah,
So,
Roblox.
okay.
Roblox
So
did one
here's the
called
thing.
Flickr.
I think we should all bring our laptops in one night, and we should play this.
All right.
Because supposedly we could all play.
Yeah.
And if we all do NDI, I put a little router right there that we can all get
Yeah.
to, and he can get our laptops, and we can all play each other.
And we can stream it.
While we're streaming.
All right.
That'd be
So the whole
cool.
point, so you get 10 people in a group.
What if you only have 4?
You can't do it with 4. I think
Yeah.
So we'd have to
Six
play
is
with some
the
random
minimum.
people.
We'd have to have some random, or we could get some people to stream in.
Stream in.
Yeah.
If you want to stream in and you want to be a part of our Among
Us.
Us, the fungus that's among us,
Fungus among us.
So yeah, so
The one,
it's 10 people. You can do different servers where you can do like 1 killer, 2 killers, or 3. It's fun usually with only 1 or 2. So it's random. Everybody pops in the lobby. You get your character.
the rest of you are
Created.
fixing the spaceship.
Yeah, so the game starts. Before it starts, you find out, the 2 killers find out who they are, then the game starts. So everybody has tasks that they gotta go do. Most tasks you can't really tell if they're really being done, but there's a couple, like you go med bay, shoot, and something else, and they do like little graphic showing that they were done. The killer, though, can go into these vents, pop up somewhere else, kill you, go back in the vent, hide. They also set traps off in the thing, so you have like doors that lock on you. Like the other day when I was playing, someone was on the security cameras watching the cameras. I popped in the room, locked the door behind us, killed him, hopped in the vent, left. So when the door opened, someone walked in, found a dead body, they report it. When you report a body, everybody goes into the meeting room and everybody's discussing, oh, I think he's suspicious. No, he is. He's following me. Oh, he's not really doing task. And then you vote someone off. Or you can
So it's
skip
like
it.
werewolf, but kind of.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Okay.
it's actually just, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's just a
So
little
it's-
MMO, little.
It's fun.
That's kinda cute.
Because I've got some of the best kills.
remember the name
There
of
were a
it.
couple people
I'm
that
gonna
were
remember it
standing in a
on the way
group.
home.
Do we have a
against-
video for this, Rob?
Yeah.
Let's play the video real quick. Oh, so it's all about Michael now.
It is.
Award-
This is my
the
thing.
award-winning
Good, 'cause I gotta
photographer.
go with
I
every
get
damn
something
word.
to talk about. So there was one spot where everybody was grouped together on top of each other, and I mingled inside between them, killed it, and you couldn't see the animation of who the killer is. So the person that saw the murder said he did it when he didn't do it, and I'm like, I got away with murder. Nobody saw it. But one of the best ones was I screwed up and I vented out of a hole, and a person saw me. And there's a way you go back to the main room, you hit the emergency button, and you can report. He was running, I'm chasing him, and I know he's probably screaming like, no, no. I'm like, come here, motherfucker, come here. He hits the button right when I killed him. So nobody sees anything. The meeting shows up, they're like, how did he report it? He's dead. Everybody's like, it's a glitch. I'm like, I got away with a perfect murder. Nobody caught me. This is good.
That's Michael. I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know.
I usually pick black and wear a plunger for a hat.
Nice.
Yeah, so everybody gets a color. You can't have two people as the same color. Once you pick your color, you get your.
I want to
pick
be
what name.
black.
You can be black. I'm blue. I'm always unless
be
someone else
purple.
has blue.
Look at
There's
so-
purple, black, pink, green, cyan.
I just had a brilliant idea for another one we could play over there.
Nerdosphere.
Is a game called Starship Artemis. Does anybody ever know this
Yeah.
one?
I've heard of it. I've
This
never
is-
played.
Everybody plays a position on like the Enterprise. Basically, one person is ops, one person is communications, one person is engineering.
How many weapons?
And one person is captain. You know, and
Okay.
then basically, you can be weapons, and so your job is to just hit buttons to make sure the weapons go off. Another person is to set the courses and do things, and then you've got to all work together. There's a board game version of it, but they've made it into a full game, and it would be awesome. We'll put your projector up on the screen, doing
Yeah.
the main screen.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all have our little laptops doing the different positions. That would be just like filming an episode of Star Trek. There it is. Yes.
Oh,
It's-
dude, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Oh yeah, man, that's a free game.
Can we do this? Can we do this now? Hey guys, we're gonna be right back.
We'll be back in
We'll
30
let you know
minutes.
we're back on, and you just hang out. It'll be all good. It'll be all good. You're only gonna miss 30 minutes. Of
I
it.
played that
gotta
at a
make
bar one night with a bunch of drunk people, and it was one of the most fun
That's
things I've ever
awesome.
had.
So you log into a server or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
And
And then
all your
Romulans
laptops-
and Klingons
So
start
how
showing
many
up,
people
attacking
do you
star
have
bases.
to have?
That's so cool.
The less you have, the harder it is because everybody's got to do multiple things.
Oh, so the more you have, better.
The more you have, the better, because then everybody's only doing one or two things.
Dude, that's perfect over there.
Yeah.
We put the projector up there.
Yep.
We all sit around the table. We
Tables.
play.
Yep.
Now. Okay, so what's feeding the? So you
What
have
I
to-
would do is we would just mirror the projector, and then
Yeah.
maybe a second image of just us in the various positions.
We could
you know.
do that.
That would be
He
way
can-
too much
see,
fun.
that's the great thing about what we do is we can grab everybody's laptop,
Yeah.
right, and then we can grab the main, and then
Yeah.
so everybody sees the main, and yet we're down here because we could build a special mod.
Oh, man, that would be
where
great.
It's right there, and
That
we're,
would
all of
be
our all of
cool.
ours are down there.
I've been dying to play that game again.
That's awesome.
I think I played it in
Hallelujah.
2012, like
Okay.
8 years ago, and it was so much
Send me
fun.
the link so we download it. So you have a laptop?
Yeah.
You have a laptop?
Really?
I don't know.
Really? You're gonna ask that?
Well, you have a laptop.
I do. Yeah.
I have a laptop.
And we can get a. It would just be awesome. So
That's
that would be
cool.
fun.
I like
The
it.
I'm
Adventures of the
excited.
Artemis. Yes,
You know,
yes.
we need to make a Nerd Talk Discord server. You probably
Why?
don't know. That way, when our fans want to play with us, we
They can jump in.
Yeah, we have everything in Discord, and everybody can communicate.
Guess what
and
your new
everything.
job is?
Yep.
Set that up.
You bring you. I'm only sending people. If you're going to bring it to the table, you better be ready to step
So
up and
that's
do
two
it.
servers I need to make. Actually, no, I'm going to use my.
Do you need a server?
No, it's all done on their thing.
Yeah, they do it. They do
They
it all.
do
They
it.
host
I
it
just
all.
gotta
That's how
make
they.
it
That's how they
All right.
monitor it.
So
and
we'll
monetize
as
it.
this
Everybody
gets along,
uses Discord
we're going to do
now.
it because I think as Nerd Talk we should be doing way more with our viewers.
Yeah.
Also-
Interactive.
Absolutely.
I'm
Definitely.
going to start streaming now too.
Oh,
Twitch. Yeah.
great.
I'm going to stream Among Us, not Warcraft.
The fungus.
I still say you got to stream City Heroes and old
Yeah, I
games.
want to get City of
some,
Heroes.
some
and
oddball games that nobody else is doing. That's how you get it, man. If you keep
Yeah.
streaming the stuff that everybody's streaming,
Exactly, 'cause
you're a
that's what
C.
everybody
You're-
else
you're
is
in the
doing.
C.
You're just
Yeah.
a follower.
Okay, because I don't care about that world. I do now. What is Discord?
Discord. What's the easiest way?
It's like a chat program, but it's also like it's like the old BBSs, like where it's it's chat.
Yeah,
So,
so
you've got like Messenger.
If I make the Nerd Talk one, we can have certain rooms.
All right, Boomer.
Yeah.
We can have certain rooms like Nerd Talk Live where we post the links to the show. We can have a chat room just for, hey, you want to post your funny stories, photos, memes there.
Oh,
Post-
so it's typing, it's not talking.
No, it's
No.
both. You
Yeah,
can
And it's
you can talk
like,
as well.
because we use it for Comic-Con, and I think I've got it up here. So each show has its own separate main group, and then each
Nice.
individual department
Has
has,
their own
their
group.
own room. So like this is all of the Indie Comic-Con
it's all you know,
general
just talk
programming
amongst
box
yourselves for a few
office,
minutes while
and
we
you
go
can
over
go
this.
in there and you keep track of stuff. It's awesome.
It's a great way. Plus, everybody can be added to it, talk.
It's
Because, Nerd Talk is spinning off a new show.
yeah, because of last week.
Oh, guys talking nerd. Right? So, and we're literally, and I know Anthony's fighting me on this, but you just got to hang. Hey, Nicholas Talone, good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. I do follow your stuff, and you know what? You're as funny as hell. We're actually going to build a porch.
Oh, nice.
And I know Anthony and I were like, oh, we don't want to take this to. I want to play off the fact that so we'll put like 2 or 3 rocking chairs on there, and we'll sit.
Yep.
But we're gonna have stacks of new stuff, like we're gonna go empty boxes and stuff like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be over, and it's gonna look like we're on the porch and bickering and everything. But, like and
Back
I
in
was
my
like,
day.
what's torquing? What the hell's a torque?
Well, Discord would have been a good comment on there. What's Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old
been
people
good.
wouldn't have known
Hey,
what that is.
Discord.
just-
That's when your banjo's out of tune.
Yeah,
Discord. That ain't Discord. That's Discord.
See, I'd go very old school and say no. Discord was the daughter of Eris, and
my
the
God, yeah.
goddess of
Right?
goddess of emotion. So,
Michael is sus to us.
Okay, so what he's saying there.
What did you do?
So in the game, instead of saying suspicious, you say SUS.
that's yours.
Or
Sus.
suspicious. Instead of typing the whole thing out.
Oh, got it. We're gonna have so much fun over in Nerdosphere.
Oh, yeah.
Wait till once Nerdosphere is done and ready to go, we will actually we may stream a Nerd Talk from over there.
Yeah, just to
Because
introduce the place.
we're only limited over there to what we can stream because of bandwidth and the whole 9 yards. But the cool thing is we can have a show in here simultaneously, have a show over there,
Nice.
mix the two, and then
people walking in and
cool.
out.
yeah,
That'd be good.
And we can talk back and forth. What are you guys doing over there? Well, right now, Mike's losing.
Yeah.
Which I got Ultimate Werewolf for the show over there to play. My friend Bobby gave me a copy of that.
Damn it! I meant to bring Cards Against Humanity tonight.
That's
you
what I
know-
was going to ask. I have Cards Against Humanity with like almost all the expansions.
I have an expansion for Exploding Kittens.
Oh, I want
I have
So
one. I
Anthony
only have
brought
one
board
expansion.
games, and I'm bringing board
I
games
got
in.
more board games than you will ever
Oh, I
need.
probably-
Oh, yeah. So.
I got a board game coming in that was pre-ordered a while ago.
I do
My
too.
favorite
game.
is one you've probably never heard, Agents of Smersh. If anybody's played that game, you know how great that game is. You're
never-
basically 60s spies, and it's done like Betrayal at the House on the Hill. Y'all are teaming up to kill the infamous Dr. Lobo. And he's who's
Lobo.
setting the bomb is going to go off at some point and destroy the world, and you have to save him. So you have to stop him, but so you have to go on all these little adventures, and every time you stop at a place, you do a little booklet of your crazy adventure, and then you determine which skill you want to use to try to beat the scenario.
sounds-
That's
It's
awesome.
I still
hysterical.
Wait a
want to
minute,
get Elizabeth
is there a
in
lot
the
of
food
reading?
truck game.
No.
Oh, thank God.
One person does the reading.
I have one called How to Host a Murder. I bought it
Yeah.
at Goodwill. It's like 20 years old or
Those things
something
are
or
ancient. They
older.
used to do a bunch of those.
It's like it's mint condition.
Yeah.
I've never used it. I wanna
They-
have a
the only
party
problem with
and
the
be
How to Host a Murder
the
is
whole
they were only
thing.
good once. That was
Right,
the problem with them,
exactly.
is
Nicholas said a nerd.
I
talk
keep
among
waiting.
us.
I want to have like the
talk among us.
perfect
That's
party
good.
for it.
a nerd among us.
A nerd among us. So anything else, Michael, before we move on?
No, we're good.
Okay,
Right.
so
My Twitch, by the way, is cosplaying Tampa Bay.
oh wait a minute. Why is it not Skagaboo?
Because I made this a long time ago, actually.
All right.
One way.
I made this before
I think you should
the
change it.
show.
I think you should
So
make it.
actually, I can change it, but I can't change my username. That's the problem.
Uh,
Start a new one.
so-
How many people do you have following you?
Yeah, I'm sure you have more than one
106, I
email.
think,
Oh,
now.
dude.
That's a lot. That's
Don't
a
you
lot.
have-
For
That's
that.
actually a lot.
That's a lot
right
for
now.
Discord.
Considering,
Oh, Discord.
No, for
No,
Twitch. For Twitch.
considering
I'm
I've never
1,000.
streamed yet, and I have that many people following me.
Well, if you have
so
that many people following you without streaming, then you can get that many people
Yeah,
again.
yeah, again, yeah. Good point.
Yes, you
Good
can.
point.
So yeah, so we should all have the Nerd Talk logos, like NT Live,
Yeah.
gamer name me. I mean, we have a Twitch.
I know.
We have over 1,000 people that follow us.
Nice.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. You want to make a bet?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Because if you do,
Then
then
you're
you,
an affiliate.
You should be
And you
affiliate.
could be making money.
Twitch.tv. Let's log into.
Oh, okay.
Go, keep going. Don't.
What's
Great.
going on? Let's talk about Microsoft bought Bethesda,
so
ZeniMax.
that is huge, right
That's
there.
crazy because that's Let's see, what has Bethesda got? Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Oh my God, everything. Assassin's Creed. I can't even go into. They did the X-Men games back in the day.
Wow.
They don't have those rights anymore because that all went back to
Right.
Activision, and that's now back at Disney. So who knows what that is? EA
So,
did the most Avengers game
If
recently.
this will let me actually finish loading everything.
So the thing is, ZeniMax also owned,
So
I
here-
believe, one of the strategy guide companies.
Yes, so
Prima.
Xbox announced that it's planning to acquire ZeniMax Media with its Bethesda software. Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Wolfenstein, Doom, Dishonored,
Doom, that's right.
Quake, Starfield, and more is all going to Microsoft.
Yep. Now they said they are going to honor anything contracts they had with other companies
Yeah,
that
so
are
they'll
already
still
pre-existing.
Do
Okay.
the ones for the PlayStation.
Yeah, because there's a couple exclusives for PlayStation coming
Yeah.
out, but you guarantee if the minute 6-month exclusives up, they're coming to Microsoft now. This is what Microsoft does. They buy content. I mean, look what happened with Rare.
And they announced
wanted-
after this, they plan on doing it more. They want
Yep.
more companies
Yep.
because if they buy everybody out or the
Well, that's
best
what-
ones, PlayStation's going to get screwed.
Well, that's Sony did this with Insomniac.
Yeah.
And that's why Microsoft's like, oh, you're buying Insomniac? We're going to buy everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's why you get the exclusives for the platforms.
Yeah.
now.
And that's exactly, well, because Sony, honestly, they had God of War and
For a while, it
yeah,
was only Final Fantasy.
Final
2,
Fantasy and God of War.
The Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And but
I
Microsoft
forgot
just
to-
had Halo.
I forgot to change the schedule. We ended a while ago.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
all right. Good night. Bye.
Where do I find? Okay, so this is the problem of not knowing your own crap.
So go click your name
yeah,
here.
I'm there.
It should give you a drop down menu.
Yep.
Go to, what's the choices?
Channel.
Go to channel.
I'm at channel. Yeah. Yeah.
Then scroll
Yeah.
down and you should see it right
Right.
there.
Mosquito
Bill,
truck.
introduce it real quick while I'm trying
All
to
right.
start.
So up next is the WandaVision trailer dropped.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Which we are all
Ooh.
excited. Finally, some Marvel stuff. So let's see what this looks like.
Heavenly shades of night are calling. It's twilight time. Out of the
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married, and why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
deep in the dark, darkest will thrill
Is this really happening?
like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
Okay, so I
That
was
looks
wrong.
good.
Yeah.
933 followers. I'm sorry, Mike.
Just
close.
under
I'm
a
actually
1,000.
impressed that we have that many on there. I'm happy. But Wanda, this show is going to be interesting. So we know Vision is dead.
And he knows he's dead, apparently. He doesn't know he's dead.
So this takes place, is shown a lot from the comics as well, because it shows how she can bend reality to favor her.
Yeah.
And it goes into the first one is the 1950s sitcom style thing. And there's one scene where they're sitting at the dining room table and the people are talking, then you see everybody's gone. The little window open, and then it transitioned to another scene. So I think what we're seeing here is once they both realize what's going on, she does her thing and
Makes it
reimagines
something
everything
new.
into another scene. We see an image of the babies, which we know they have babies in the comics, which is a figment of her imagination. She created them. So what happened in the comics is whenever they went to do their superhero duties, the kids disappeared. Because it was all imagination.
They had a babysitter who was a demoness or something.
Yeah.
It was Agatha Harkness.
And we see Agnes is her name in the car.
Yes,
We're
so-
assuming it's going to be
Agatha,
Agatha. We have a
yeah.
feeling it's going to be that. has
She's a
something
witch.
to do with the demon that's
Yeah.
behind it all. It's going to be quite interesting to see this.
There were some little Easter eggs, some eagle-eyed viewers spotted, like the wine bottle translates to House of M.
Yeah,
which
is the big comic
The
of
big
them.
comic where Wanda killed all the mutants.
Yeah.
So that could be the opening for X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, coming into the Marvel Universe, bringing
So,
the mutants back.
It's going to be interesting.
And then they just announced today Samuel L. is getting a TV show.
Yeah.
He's getting a Nick Fury show. I am all about this. If they go
Yeah,
back
that'd be
in
cool,
time or if
right?
they go
That's
future,
awesome.
I don't care. Nick Fury is badass, and Samuel L., as long as the show's got him saying bad mother, yeah, I'm in it.
But yeah, the WandaVision's going to be interesting because there's one scene we also see somebody doing a cameo. She gets booted out from that town, that imaginary town, comes crashing down, and we see it's not S.H.I.E.L.D. I forgot the other team's
Sword.
name. Sword, yes.
Sword.
We think it's Sword.
Yeah.
It makes sense to be Sword. And she's actually Captain America.
Yep, the new
the new
Captain
one.
America. America Chavez.
Yes.
America Chavez.
Can I say it?
What?
She's Muslim.
Yeah.
It's the Muslim Captain
Why
America.
couldn't you
She's
say
awesome.
Muslim?
I don't know. People get so sensitive. People are, no.
That would be bad.
Yeah, that's not.
Unless you're impersonating Xena.
Xena.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
there's
love
a
Xena.
Xena cry.
So we
She's hot.
see the new one, which she was in.
I
the
love
Captain-
her.
She can come back tomorrow.
Lucy Lawless is my.
Bring her and Renee O'Connor back as
Yeah.
Gabrielle. They can do that show right now.
Yep.
I'd be happy. Still.
But we're guessing
Yeah.
they're surrounding the town to do something to Wanda and Vision.
Yeah,
Wanda,
yeah,
Because
some-
Vision's not there.
Yeah, or is he? That's the question.
Yeah.
She's bringing him back. She's warping reality, so we'll see.
I could also be talking about the same guy that was in The Mummy.
Oh,
Remember that?
Oh,
when he
yeah.
pulled the little blue.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he went.
yeah.
He was hilarious until he got 8.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's kind
excited.
of what happens.
He's a little flat then.
The Wanda show's going to look good. I can't wait to see
And it's coming
trailers
this
for-
year.
Yeah.
It's
It
a lot
looks
of people.
awesome.
Yeah.
I can't
It's
wait
a
to see the
lot
trailer
of
for like
people.
Loki and the other ones.
Yeah,
they're doing.
but those were still early days of filming and before they got shut down. I'm still all for this Marvel at home stuff. Like, look at The Mandalorian. I don't ever care if I go see another Star Wars movie in the
Nope,
theater
I'm good.
again, as long as they just keep sending that
But
quality.
they got to keep doing that.
But that's
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see if they do that quality with the Marvel shows. What do you think, Deadpool? We're good, right? We're in.
Hell
We're done on
yes.
this. So this is
Talk about shows. Supergirl was announced that this is going to be the last season.
oh darn.
So we lost Era. We're
Sorry,
losing
I haven't watched this
Supergirl.
since season 1.
I don't like Supergirl.
No. I watched the first season.
Cute.
Melissa Benoist.
She's not ugly.
No,
No,
I
she's
liked
not ugly.
the
She's
first season was
alright.
actually pretty fun, and then they joined the rest of the CW stuff.
Yeah,
and it got-
I didn't even like it from the get-go. I
don't
don't know.
like the
I
new
thought she
outfit.
was annoying.
yeah.
I really don't like the new outfit. She made them do it, the actress, because she didn't want to wear this skirt no more.
yeah,
Why? What's the new outfit?
it's
The full like Superman
pants.
bodysuit.
Oh, because she didn't want to be in a skirt.
yeah.
Full,
Fair.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a full bodysuit.
and it's the last season, so Oh darn! Another CW show, but they're all dying now that Arrow's gone because that was their anchor.
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Arrow's the
sad
best
because
one of
Legends of
them.
Tomorrow's the best show they got.
And
so
that's
and
ongoing.
that's, and that's going away
They
too.
announced that's the last season coming up on that as well.
Yeah.
I love
But that's
Katie
because they
Lotz.
just had fun with that.
Yeah.
So, that's why that
So
was
right
good.
now we
Hell yeah.
only have Flash continuing and Stargirl.
And but they're bringing Swamp Thing because
They're
it was
bringing
on
the one
DC
season
Universe.
of Swamp Thing that got canceled.
Because they're
on
talking
Because
about
that makes
bringing
sense.
the Justice League Dark to HBO Max as a series, and they're talking about spin-offs like bringing back Constantine, bringing back Zatanna, and
If they need
If they
to
do
bring back
that, I'd be
Constantine
good with
with
that.
the same actor.
yeah. Well, that was just it. That's kind
But
of
I
guess,
think this is what
Flashpoint
they're going
spin-offs.
out because they're letting contracts with CW expire,
Yeah.
so they can bring them over to the HBO.
Yeah, go Max. Kind of like Marvel's now got officially this month. Luke Cage and Daredevil come back to Marvel this month.
Really?
So
Oh, wow.
Is it going to be the same actor?
no, they don't know. But that's just it. They just get the rights back now, so they can actually start talking to those guys again. If
So
they want to.
I'm hoping they bring back the same actors because the one that did Daredevil was great.
Oh, yeah.
I loved
Oh,
it.
yeah,
It
he's
was awesome.
fantastic.
It's like I said,
Charlie
we were
Cox.
waiting for
Yeah.
this, and now it's
And
happened.
he
Super
wants
sweet,
to come
too.
back as it.
Yeah, that'd be good. So if because now and then it's just Punisher is the only one they're waiting on now.
Oh,
So-
God. Yeah,
Which
no, we
I
need
know
some
is
more of
actually-
that.
canceled.
Oh, and Jessica Jones because that was another. They both
Yeah.
lasted another year. So
So we talk about ZeniMax.
yeah, we did that.
Okay.
We moved on.
I'm sitting here amazed at our Twitch stuff. I'm like going, we've streamed over almost 500 hours.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
nice stuff.
That's awesome.
So
And the first thing it says, you gotta get more people chatting.
Yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
be doing good if you keep people chatting.
yeah,
Yeah.
We gotta get that. We gotta get
Yeah.
that 1,000.
yep.
Get an
what do you get?
intern.
Well, no,
Get
you
an
don't need
intern.
1,000 followers right
Yeah.
now.
Through SPC,
Yeah.
we just got an intern at CAA.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what you get to do now?
What?
Get us an intern.
Yeah.
High five.
Maybe next semester. Because this semester they've already started, but next semester, I know the,
Didn't you say your
The
brother's
intern
coming?
coordinator.
Or cousin?
oh no, he was in town. He's not in town anymore. My nephew. He actually, that's Azoth that watches sometimes, Jordan. His fiance just had their baby the other day.
Oh.
And I don't remember, I can't pronounce the baby's name, I'm sorry.
So before we get so deep into this, we're gonna do some Ron Cobb.
Yeah.
He passed away.
That was
Yeah.
sad. And most people don't even know who the hell he is, but man, he made all the ships in Last Starfighter. He designed a lot of the ships for Star Wars. Most famously, he did Hammerhead in the Cantina. He helped make that. He was just an amazing designer. And, look at that stuff that he did. And it's just so sad. I know the greats are all, it's that time. They're all getting up
Yeah,
there.
it's
The guys who were the 20, 30 years older than me were the guys who made my childhood are passing away. And I know this is the stuff my dad was going through, when all his idols were dying. And it's just sad to see. Rob, you will be missed, sir. And
Yeah.
and he'd even done some stuff recent, like worked on Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
So
I loved Starfighter. Last
yeah,
Starfighter.
Starfighter's
Oh, it was just a great movie.
underrated classic.
Yep.
I mean, they did CG before CG was a thing.
Yep.
They didn't know what rendering was.
No.
So they didn't. They just ran it and printed it. And they were like, no, those asteroids look so much better, but you didn't give them the 2 weeks it was going to take to render because that's they're running on Commodore 64 technology.
Right.
It's like, so that's why when you see that movie, you're like, those are the dumbest looking caves ever. Well, they actually looked a lot better. Just they didn't give them time. They didn't understand that. The filmmaking process at the time didn't understand how long it would take to render things.
Nope. No,
So-
nobody does.
No.
I mean, everybody thinks that they'll ask us to do a video and go, we've got to render it out. Oh, it's going to take 5-10 minutes? I'm like, no, 2 days, come back.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I'm like,
This is not
yeah.
McDonald's.
I said, I can do a fast render and it'll look like shit.
Yep.
But to do a deep render can potentially, depending on how long it is, can take days.
Yeah.
Days. So this next thing we're going to talk about is, it irks me.
I don't like this.
Marvel Studios possibly considering Tom Cruise for alternate reality
not?
Iron Man in Doctor Strange 2.
Okay.
Can we not?
That's gotta be a joke,
There
right?
is I think there's more to this because this is Sam Raimi. This
Yeah.
is Sam
like
Raimi
it.
directing, and I am all aboard Sam Raimi because I love Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi is the bomb. But the premise is these are alternate universes. Now, one of the things somebody said is what it might be is Tom Cruise playing a movie version of Iron Man in the Marvel Universe. Now, he totally would do that.
Yeah,
I could see that.
So, like if they were making the Iron Man biopic, they would cast Tom Cruise as the action hero version of it. So that I'm hearing that's a rumor of what he's actually doing.
Okay.
So
that makes me feel better.
Yeah,
I did not like it when I first saw. I'm like, what?
It's still up in the air. And again, but the rumor has it that Tobey Maguire is going to be playing Spider-Man. And again, for a cameo, because Sam did
Raimi's doing
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. So this is the multiverse of madness.
That
there could be all
means we're gonna have Bruce Campbell in the movie.
Somewhere, we would hope.
Alternate version of
Mysterio, maybe, because he was originally supposed to be that. Who knows? All I know is J.K. Simmons says he signed for as many J. Jonah Jamesons as they want him.
He loves that movie. He loves doing that.
And he's like, the question is it going to be, am I going to be bald or am I going to have a hairpiece? That's all I got to know.
Right.
So,
So the next thing I actually want to ask you, Mark, without you looking on the sheet.
Okay, not looking.
How long has D&D been around? How many years?
1976? 70. Technically, depending on what, if you're going to go by Blackmore or if you're going to go by D&D, I'd say 76, 75. I started playing in 78.
Which would be 45-ish?
Yeah,
45 years.
Yeah, 4 years older than me. So.
Okay. So how long do you think the longest game's been going on for?
I know there's a group. There was this awesome movie where they were joking about being the longest game ever, and they were lost to some farmers in Iowa that have been doing it. But I want to say it's probably over. I would say Arneson's game technically is still going on, even though he died a long time ago. So, but I'd say like 38 years, 40 years.
38 years is the longest D&D game going on right now.
That's awesome.
Oh man, and he's got miniatures and everything.
That is elaborate.
Man, not my games.
That's a long game.
Well, I had a Marvel superheroes role-playing game went for over 20. So off and on. But we didn't play every week. We played
Right. Yeah, how often does this guy play? Is this do they all play? How many people?
Yeah. And how is it every week? Or
how regular?
I didn't read that far.
Because Arneson's game used to be 6 hours. Dave Arneson was the guy who co-created D&D with Gary Gygax, and he doesn't get nearly enough credit because Gygax got all the credit. But Arneson's game, Blackmore, was the original game, and that went for. They were still playing that at Gen Con every year. His original campaign, and those are the names you hear in D&D. It's Mordenkainen and Bigby and Tensor and all these guys who have spells named after him. They're all from his campaign.
That's cool.
The new book that's going to Tasha's book of everything is going to be that's from that campaign. Tasha was a character in that campaign. So.
I know one thing. His miniatures are badass.
Yeah.
He's got a frozen igloo set.
Nice.
I don't know if Rob.
Probably some.
That's crazy.
3D printed stuff.
Rob, you can grab my laptop if you want.
A friend of mine does drawings for friends. She'll do if somebody's creating a new character, she'll draw the characters, and she is amazing.
There are a lot of artists make money doing that.
Yeah.
So. It looks like Hoth. That's awesome.
I want to get. To me, this is the perfect reason to own a 3D printer.
Yeah.
You can make our own miniatures for games.
That's
like that.
Kinzer, who does Knights of the Dinner Table. He sells 3D printer things once he makes it work. His most popular thing is the little the hanging.
Oh, hold on.
Iron Maiden.
Let me change.
Thing.
I know why.
The hanging Iron Maiden. He made one of those. He figured out how to make it work with a 3D printer, and he sells that like crazy. The model for that, he sells that like crazy.
That's so neat.
Yeah, we had at the D&D guys here in E&D Games. He built his own realm. And he built his own miniatures and his own playing set. I mean, when I watched them build this, they built it by hand, and the girl was painting and all this kind. Oh my God! There was a tower that you dropped your dice into, so everybody had to roll in the tower.
Yeah.
And it caught the dice. So it should be there. Hold on a sec. Let me
Those
go.
towers aren't
Hold on a second.
Those dice towers aren't cheap either. So
Well, he made it.
Yeah.
He made his own. Now you see it. I can see you seeing it. So he literally built these pieces.
Yeah.
So Nerdosphere, again, I don't want to let too much out of the bag.
Yeah.
We're not going to be the kind of game room where people could just walk in off the street with their lunch and sit down. People are more than welcome to come in if there's availability on the tables.
Yeah.
We're going to have one table that's a one-on-one, so you can do Magic or games that are one-on-one games. We're going to have the one set almost kind of like this, except for it's got a table, and so you have a coffee table, and everybody can play there.
Yeah.
We have the big long table,
which is awesome.
But and Todd and I are going to bring. And I have every time I say, let me go look down the workshop.
Yeah.
I may have something, and I always wind up finding stuff. Matter of fact, poor Mike lost 4 chairs the other night because
No, you know what? I'm happy those are gone because they were in my way. I didn't need them.
So those went out, right? But I had this guy gave me this dining room set, and unfortunately, it's more of a white, yellowy oak. So I think if I just sand it down, we can just stain it real quick, put it in it because everything is kind of dark in there.
Yeah.
So that table alone will fit 6 or 7. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet because it's big.
Yeah.
And I'm even in the very back of Nerdosphere, we have right now we have an Xbox set up in there.
Yeah.
But that may come out because my buddy David, who does virtual reality, has a couple of games. He even has a pod racer game that we might put back there. But we can't take up too much room because we're going to stream.
Yeah.
So we have to have a place for everything like that. And then we are also going to. Todd's going to take care of it, and I got to get you two together with Carrie about getting the stuff to sell.
Yeah.
But we're going to have snacks. The snacks are donation only, so we're just going to go down to Sam's and throw some stuff in here. So when the kids get hungry, every now and then we'll just all right, we'll order a pizza. But we have a new Thai restaurant that has sushi.
Ooh.
I know, right? The kid that's the sushi, I don't mean to, but the kid that does this is 10 years experience, and he's very good at what he does. The mom and dad will cook the Thai, and the girlfriend basically runs the place for him, which is kind of cool.
That's
and
fantastic.
Then eventually we have a tap and wine bar coming in at the end. Oh yeah, and it's supposed to be for ladies only.
No
so
shit.
Dudes,
just
saying. And so, believe it or not, this plaza may potentially be almost 90% full once all those open up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We have a new guy coming in because the Dawson Sound's moving down to the thing. It's really kind of neat, right?
So with the tap and wine, can we talk to him about hooking us? Well,
I don't know.
Hooking me up, you
bringing
mean?
it over there.
Well,
For the ladies only.
So Superior Wine and Spirits may be coming on as a sponsor for the website, actually for the station, and they got some very unique wines and spirits. So I'm working a deal out there. It's not for sure yet, and I'm the kind of person that if you talk about what you talk about, you bring about type of thing, right? I believe in that. So I think it's going to be good because we're going to put a nice little bar over here, a nice little bar over there. You have to be 21. You will, but we're not going to sell anything. It's just for cocktails.
Right.
So it's a private thing.
You just have to have certain insurance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't have to have the license
Yeah,
because it's not for sale.
And the licenses are so hard to get in Florida.
Yeah, it's a lottery system.
It's a lottery,
type of
literally.
thing. But it's so we're not there yet. We have some painting to do. We have some stuff to do. We have to get. We're trying to find Racky stuff so that way we can have that in there. And so because we got to be able to sell stuff. It's got to pay the rent. Ed Griswold, you are too funny, dude. It's fucking diva. But it's going to be it's going to be nice. But it's not. It's definitely not going to be one of those where you come in, you sit down, and you camp out for a whole day and not buy anything. If you're in there, you're supporting the location,
right?
Because we're going to stream out of there.
Right.
We're going to do Tabletop 101 game. We're going to do D&D games.
Cool.
Here is a awesome D&D. I mean, this is the man. And now I have another guy. So between him and Todd, we got 2 master D&D guys.
That's awesome.
Which is freaking awesome, right? And then we can have some magic stuff in there as well.
And we've got the rights to Hackmaster and from Kinzer and Aces and Eights, and then now we've also got I've got a few others like Bureau 13, all the TriTac games. So that opens up a whole nother genre of horror
cool.
and action adventure and stuff like that. So I'm very thrilled with some of the ones we've got lined up. So,
So Ed was talking about Tom Cruise,
oh yeah,
you know, being a diva, and he's also a
hell yeah.
Scientologist and blah, blah,
He
blah.
lives in Clearwater now.
sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah,
He's,
sometimes.
well, yeah, he's going to be flying out of Cape Canaveral for his next movie.
Yes.
He got approved.
That's too
so,
funny.
which is
that
nuts.
is funny as all get out.
I'm excited. I'm all for that.
Well, we were we're not making it through our things like we
That's
used to,
fine.
which is kind of good. So let's jump to John Cena.
Yes. So
Suicide Squad.
We know he's in a Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
And they announced
Peacemaker.
that Peacemaker is going to have his own standalone movie.
His own
What?
series.
Series.
Standalone
On
series.
Amazon.
On HBO Max.
HBO Max.
So DC is going to be, and so
He's
that's.
a good actor. I'm not complaining.
And they've already said
Is
that
he,
they
though?
haven't ruled out any of the other
Right.
characters showing
Link. Is he, or does he just have muscles?
No,
up.
he's
You said the same thing about The Rock
And
early
according
days.
to Amy
You think-
Schumer, is it Amy Schumer? Amy,
Yeah,
He's got a big dingling.
So,
I'm
well,
sure
there
he
you go.
does.
Remember that movie? What are you gonna do with that thing? Sorry.
Oh, Blockers.
No.
What movie?
Oh, it's one of Amy Schumer and John Cena's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, yeah,
don't
well,
like
he's
him.
like, hey, The Rock's making more money than God. I need to make more money than God.
I
Yeah.
like the
So
Rock.
speaking of Rock, I think I put it in the chat. Do we have that? Because that's,
No, he did not.
Oh.
Okay, so The Rock the other week was needing to leave his house to go film
yeah, that was pretty
for
funny.
Black Adam. And the power went out earlier, came back, but his gate would not open. The emergency button he can
So
do the
he
manual
ripped it off
override
the
He did.
would not work. He literally ripped it off the thing and tore it off.
key override, guys. Key override.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. And so Rob's saying the same thing. Yeah. If you've seen the gate, any of us. could.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It's not like he was the Hulk and he pulled it out of the concrete. It just
Yeah.
he pulled it off the hinges and threw it.
Yeah.
Throw it down.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is. So here's something. Now, this movie is awesome,
Which
right?
one's it?
Mallrats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're going to get its own art show in celebration of the 25th.
Is it going to be Magic Eye?
So
Is it all going to be Magic Eye paintings? That's what it should be.
It
So
should be.
It should be a call to artists.
here's the thing
To
about
fans.
Mallrats right now. So I've been talking to Jeremy London, the main actor from there.
He's not the main actor, by the way.
He's the.
He's the love interest.
He's
Yeah.
the main character of this.
He wants to
story.
get with what's her
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
He's the main character.
Kinda.
Yeah.
In this
anyway,
one, yes.
in the first movie. Yeah.
He's selling jelly that he makes him and his girlfriend on their property. So we got that coming. And I asked him, hey, would you mind, if you have time, would you be a guest on a show? And he said, yeah, he'd
That's
definitely be
cool.
interested in it.
See?
Yeah.
Well, I hope they do a call to artists for their art show. I hope they get fan art.
I hope it's just Magic Eye paintings.
Magic
It's
Eye
a scooter. You dumb bastard. It's not a scooter. It's a sailboat. Scooter is a sailboat, stupid head.
God. Yeah.
That's the best scene. You know what? There is no Easter Bunny. There's just a
wanna
guy in a
say-
suit.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I love that.
Wait, the start of the Stan Lee cameos.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. So we got about a minute left. We want to make sure that everybody knows that they can go to Bonfire. Oh, where's it at? Okay. So, pardon my ass.
Uh-oh. What'd you do? What'd you do?
Nope. I'll show you. So
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
now you can support the show, right?
What?
So
Nerd Talk
first, it's
shirt.
Nerd Talk. Oh, wait a minute. It gets better. I love this kind of shirt, right? This.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Nice.
That's cool.
Right? You can
Nice.
order that.
Now I show it to
on-
the camera.
trying to show it to the camera. Yeah, you guys. Proud to be a nerdite. Proud to be a nerdite.
There you
Proud
go.
to be a nerdite. Ah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
So they actually emailed me and they said we have to ask what's a nerdite.
Yeah, of course they do.
Bonfire. And I said, well, it's what you are if you watch Nerd Talk.
Yeah,
Right.
Subscribe.
awesome.
Talk to
That's
us.
cool.
All right, everybody. Hey, thank you very much for watching tonight. We know it's Friday night. You have tons of. Oh, wait, quick thing. Throw in the chat. We're thinking about going live on Tuesday nights and do a repeat on Friday. I want to know your opinion. Put it in the chat and let us know. But we will be live next Friday. We'll see everybody next week.